6:15. Downtown traffic playing its tricks. I saw you smiling in the lane, drumming on your wheel again. Your radio was playing my tune. City lights beneath the moon. You looked over, caught my eye. We both laughed as cars rolled by. One red light, then another two. Every crowded corner led me back to you. Catch me at the red light, meet me where the city shines. If the road keeps stopping us, maybe that's a perfect sign. Catch me at the red light, stay beside me one more time. Everybody's moving fast, but tonight you're on my mind. Third stop by the neon glow. You rolled your window down real slow. If the next one's red, you smile. Coffee with me for a while. Then the light turned green instead. I followed where your taillights led. Two cars stopped outside a cafe. Guess I changed my plans that day. Catch me at the red light, meet me where the city shines. Maybe all these crowded streets, we're drawing your road into mine. Catch me at the red light, stay beside me through the night. We don't need another signal, everything is turning right. One wrong turn, one lucky night. Two strangers underneath the lights. You left and opened up the door. I knew what I was stopping for. Catch me at the red light, where the city comes alive. From a Friday traffic jam to you standing by my side. Catch me at the red light, no more waving goodbye. The whole town keeps on moving, but tonight you're here with me. Red light, city night, you and me, it feels right.
Saturday at closing time, I turned the little window sign. You found a record in a stack, held it up and wandered back. You said just one before I go. I dropped the needle nice and slow. The candle jumped, you crossed the floor, and I forgot to lock the door. Spin it one more time, give that little song another ride. Turn it one more time, I'll be dancing right here by your side. The door is closed, the lights are low, but neither one of us should go. Spin it one more time and say the last dance for keep score, I'll take my chance. Every frame becomes a dance. Playing 7 Saturday. Funny how a game can change. I came in with my friends tonight. Now I'm leaving with your name on the back of our receipt. You wrote Santa next week. No trophy and no perfect score, just a reason to come back for more. Playing 7 Saturday. Save that little place for me. Next weekend when the lights come on, I know exactly where I'll be. Playing 7 Saturday. Let the whole place celebrate. Maybe neither one of us won, but we both walked out with a date.
Saturday, the lunch bell rang. Plates and glasses, kitchen clang. You hurried over to my chair. Sit down a pie that wasn't there.
I almost said that's not for me, then saw you racing table free. So I took a bite and changed my mind. Best little mix-up I could find. Cherry apron, cherry pie.
You rushed past with that worried smile. Wrong
Order, lucky day.
something good came out that way.
Cherry apron, table 9.
You made a sweet mistake with mine. I didn't
Order what you brought.
but I got more than what I thought. You came back with the check in hand, said I'm sorry, let me make amends. I laughed and said,
Don't change a thing.
that's the best mistake you've ever brought me.
At closing time, you found my note, folded underneath your coat. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, same chair. Bring 2 slices, I'll be there. Cherry apron, cherry pie.
Now you're wearing that happy smile.
Wrong order, lucky day.
Funny how it worked that way.
Cherry apron, table 9.
Save that little seed of mine. I didn't
Order what you brought.
but I found exactly what I sought.
Sunday came at 1 on time. 2 small plates and 2 big smiles. No mistake upon the tray. Still, I wouldn't change that day. Cherry apron, cherry pie.
Pull a chair and stay a while. Table 9 has room for 2, and this time crowded bus went rolling by. We watched it leave and waved goodbye. You raised that yellow canopy and said you might as well walk with me. 3 blocks later, skies were blue, sunlight on the avenue. Still that umbrella stayed up high, neither asked the reason why. Yellow umbrella overhead, every cloud had come and went, shoulder to shoulder down the street. Now you kept walking next to me. Yellow umbrella, summer day, we took the longest possible way. Rain was gone and skies were blue, still there was room enough for two. No more thunder, no more rain. We passed your corner once again. You smiled and said we missed my street, so we turned around on happy feet. Yellow umbrella folded down, we walked halfway across the town. Sun above and nothing blue, except the sky I shared with you.
out at 3:30. No cards needed anymore. I'll meet you right outside the store.
others sail past every store. 10 red balloons in the afternoon, flying underneath the summer moon, running through the avenue. I lost the strings and ran into you. 10 red balloons up in the sky, we chased them while the world went by. I thought I lost them all too soon, then you came chasing my balloons. Number 9 was in a tree, you pulled it down and handed it to me. The final one crossed Market Square, we caught the string together there. I tied the bunch and chose one red, held it toward you while I said, you saved my day, so take this one. I'll stay and share the festival fun. 10 red balloons above the street, now we're walking side by side. Music rolling through the town, neither one is slowing down. 10 red balloons in summer air, one in your hand, 9 everywhere. Funny what a runaway string can do, it brought the whole parade to you. Band playing down the lane, you said you'd stay until the end. I forgot what I was chasing for when you walked beside me once more. 10 red balloons, festival lights, still above us late that night. One little string brought something new, a crowded street and me and you. Studio clock said 10:30. We thought the show had reached the end. You crossed the stage and took my hand while someone packed away the band. I spun you underneath the light, you laughed and missed a step just right. We thought the room belonged to two, but when the camera still watched you. Camera still rolling, red little lights still growing. We thought nobody could see you dancing there with me. Camera still rolling, now the whole town knows it too. We only danced for half a song, but I kept thinking about you. Next morning at the studio door, everybody knew a little more. The crew applauded when we came, someone had even picked a name. We hid your smile behind your hand. I said they think we've got a plan. You looked at me and answered then, maybe we should fool them again. Camera still rolling, red little lights still glowing. Yesterday they watched us dance, today let's give ourselves a chance. Camera still rolling, maybe they were right somehow. We played a couple for the screen, let's try the real thing now. No director called our cue, no script told me to look at you. One forgotten here with me.
Sunday morning, laundry room, dryer's turning round the room. I opened mine and stared inside. Your blue shirt took me by surprise. You held my sweater, laughed and said, I think our clothes got mixed instead. So on the table, side by side, we sorted yours away from mine. Socks don't match, neither do we, but you're standing here laughing with me. One is yellow, one is blue, somehow mine keeps finding you. Socks don't match, that's alright, we can sort them out next time. Keep that little pair you found, I come back when you're around. Shirts and towels found their way back into the proper place. But when the final basket cleared, two lonely little socks appear. You held mine and I held yours. We stood there smiling by the door. Same time Sunday, you asked me. I said, bring my sock and we'll see. Socks don't match, neither do we. Still you look just fine to me. One is yellow, one is blue. Now I've got a date with you. Maybe it was just a mix-up, maybe it was luck. Either way, next Sunday I'm bringing back your sock. Socks don't match, let them stay. We've got 7 more whole days. Keep one little pair apart till somebody brings us back to start.
Friday at the hotel desk, everybody in a rush. I grabbed the case beside the door. You called me back across the floor. Wrong one, mister, check the tag. I stopped and stared down at the bag. You tried so hard not to grin, then both of us went chasing him. Life be trouble, here we go. Up the stairs and down below. Wrong suitcase, lucky break, best little error I could make. Life be trouble, running wild. Every floor you made me smile. By the time you found that case, I didn't wanna leave the place. We found the owner on floor 8, laughing that we've made him wait. Back downstairs the lush was through, but I kept finding jobs near you. You took the tag and wrote a name of a little corner cafe. Slipped it back into my hand, said after work if you've got plans. six beneath the sign. One small table, yours and mine. Love be trouble, all worked out. Now I know what love's about. Long suitcase and one cafe turn into my favorite day. Gone. Pictures came back one by one. Picnic table, summer sun. There you were beside a stand. Flowers gathered in your hand. Somebody else's summer left inside that camera. Every picture led me down to your little side of town. Somebody else's summer turned into something new. I went looking for a stranger, and somehow I found you. Next weekend I returned again, camera hanging from my hand. There you stood with daisies bright, just like in the photographs. I showed the pictures, you just smiled. Said I lost that roll a while. Then you pointed at the lens. There's one good picture left, my friend. Somebody else's summer left inside that camera. Every picture brought me here. Now the reason standing near. Somebody else's summer turned into something new. One forgotten roll of film put me face to face with you. You moved closer, counted three. Asked the passerby to photograph me. One last frame beneath the sun. Our first picture had begun.
hurricane. Number 6 was on your frame. I turned left, you turned right. Bang, we met beneath the lights. Next lap round, I saw you grin. Knew exactly where you'd been. Every car had room to roam. Still you aimed your ride at mine. Crash course, here we go. Fast around and don't go slow. Every time I turn away, you come bumping back my way. Crash course, what a ride. Now you're laughing by my side. 20 cars across the floor. Still we crash a little more. Final bell, the engine stopped. Everybody climbed and walked. You came over, fixed your hair, said let's try something with less repair. You pointed toward the Ferris wheel. I laughed and said now that's a deal. No steering wheel, no painted track, just one small seat and no turning back. Crash course, what a night. Started with a little fight. Every bump along the way somehow led us to this date. Higher than the midway lights, we watched the whole park shine. You said no. Crashing up here, I said give it a little crash course, here we are, sitting underneath the stars. I came looking for a ride, found somebody by my morning rush at 8:30. I walked in early just to wait. You lifted up a flowered sack, then lost your grip and stepped right back. White clouds flew across the room, covered me from the shoe you sleeve. You froze still, I saw your face. Then we both laughed at the mess you'd made. Floral on your sleeve, floral over me. You said sorry 20 times. I said coffee would be fine. Float on your sleeve, what a funny way to meet.
came racing past the wall, pulled the clothesline loose and all. White shirts flying overhead, one went sailing past my head. You came running from upstairs, chasing blue jeans everywhere. I caught yours beside the rail, you grabbed mine before it sailed. Shirts in the sky, watch those sleeves go flying by, running circles on the roof, laughing like we had nothing to lose. Shirts in the sky, hold that line and tie it tight. I came up here all alone, now I'm chasing clothes with you. One red sweater crossed the stairs, two white towels landed there. Last blue shirt went sailing high, we caught it at the same time. You held one sleeve, I held two. For the first time I looked at you. Funny thing, we'd lived so near, never knew your name till here. Shirts in the sky, what a windy way to meet, running circles on the roof till we had them all complete. Clothesline tied and baskets filled, suddenly the roof was still. You said your name, I gave you mine, neither hurried back inside. Shirts in the sky, now the sun is shining bright. Next time when the wind blows through, I'll know who I'm running to.
Midnight closing, press is near. One wrong picture landed here. You waved the page across the room. I grabbed my notes and followed you down the hallway, up the stairs. Paper flying everywhere. We changed the plate and checked the line. We barely had a minute's time. Tomorrow's headline made it just in time. Ink is rolling, pages fly. You are laughing by my side. Tomorrow's headline, everything turned out fine. You saved the morning news somehow, but I've got one more question now. Presses started and engines rolled. Fresh black letters took their hold. You leaned against the table there, ink across your hands and hair. I checked the final proof once more, then found a note beside his floor, written in the margin line, 7 tomorrow if you've got time. I circled yes beneath your note and slid the page across the floor. Small's headline, leave the front page news behind. 7 sharp, I'll meet you there. No deadline waiting anywhere. Saturday beneath the sun, I swung too hard on point 21. Over the fence, my tennis ball flew straight into a bag beside you. You held it up across the gate, said that shot was running late. I laughed and walked around the line. You said, try that shot on mine. Out of bounds, look what I found. One little ball went flying and turned my whole day around. Out of bounds, now you're hanging around. I lost the point across the fence, but something better came back down. We played a set beneath the heat. You had the serve, I had the speed. Neither cared about the score. We just kept playing more and more. At match point, you missed the line. Looked at me and blamed the shine. Then raised your racket with a grin. Next Saturday, I'll surely win. Out of bounds, look what I found. One little ball went flying and turned my whole day around. Out of bounds, now you're hanging out. Forget the score and save the core. I'll meet you here for another round. No trophy waiting at the gate. Just Saturday and another date. You took the ball and wrote your name, so I couldn't lose it again. Out of bounds, sun going down. Next week when that gate swings open, I'll know who's coming around.
Saturday beneath the lights, summer music, crowded nights. You spun around, I missed my step, then paper started falling everywhere. Red and silver, gold and blue, half the floor disappeared from view. You looked down and laughed at me, confetti hiding at my feet. Confetti in my shoes, dancing like I've nothing to lose. Paper falling from the sky, you keep laughing by my side. Confetti in my shoes, what a funny thing to choose. For the way I remember you underneath those lights tonight. Music stopped, the crowd went home. Still we stood there all alone. You shook your shoes beside the stage. I found more paper anyway. I said, next festival, same place. You laughed and made a funny face. Why wait that long, you said to me. Tomorrow afternoon at 3. Confetti in my shoes, now I've got a date with you. No more waiting for next year. Tomorrow's already Lights went dark across the square. Paper still was everywhere. One last piece stuck to your sleeve. You